Did you know that the first pathology laboratory in Nigeria was at the General Hospital, Broad Street in Lagos, and it was established in 1912? Well, now you know, and today we are going to explore the world of medical laboratory science beyond test tubes and microscopes. You are welcome to Oakland Podcast. It's me again, Blessing Mesoma, your host, of course, and I am thrilled to introduce our guest today, a true embodiment of excellence. Please allow me to blow your trumpet. The 14th Nimelssa President of the Nnamdi Azikiwe University chapter, the best graduating student in his specialty, a first-class graduate, the course representative for his class from 200 level till they graduated. This is an outstanding scholar. We call him Teycee. Please, for our listeners' benefit, could you please share your full name with us?
Okay. Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, depending on whatever time you're listening to the podcast. My name is Tochukwu and Ikwelle,
Okay.
popularly known as Teycee.
It's a pleasure to have you on the show, my chief. This is going to be more like an interview session.
So I'm like
Yeah,
in
the
a
hot seat. Yes,
Crazy.
thank you.
Okay.
Okay, and we will do this in categories. We would have the introduction and the background. We would have the academic excellence section, the leadership experience, internship and professional journey, the social aspect, of course. Then we would be signing out. So let's dive into the interview section properly.
Oh, okay.
Are you, shall we?
Yes.
Okay, we just got your name, Teycee.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Teycee, where are you from?
I'm from Anambra State, Idemili North, or Ruku Town, precisely.
Oh, how nice.
Yeah.
Where did you specialize in MedLab?
Specialized in chemical pathology, now clinical chemistry department.
Not one of my favorites, but
I
okay.
guess.
Okay, so would you like share one or two hobbies with us before we move ahead?
Okay, one or two.
Hobbies, what you like to do?
I love to listen to music a lot. I love to hang out with friends. I love to read. Yes, I love to read. Although I'm still working on expanding the reading part of my hobbies. Like, my reading is kind of restricted to just particular kind of books, so I'm still trying to grow beyond that. I don't know if you get my point.
Yes.
That's basically it.
You said you like to hang out with friends.
Mm-hmm.
You don't strike me like a very social person.
Don't you like surprises?
Oh, I am surprised actually. Okay, you said music. Would you like to call anybody in particular?
Like musician?
Yeah.
The weird thing about my music listening is it just depends on my mood. I don't particularly have a most favorites.
Okay.
Yeah, especially in terms of their music, because I switch modes. There are times I just want to hear Afropop. The other times I just want to listen to blues. Some other times I just want to listen to like loud club music. So at the end of the day, it's just me switching the music based on my own mood or situation. So yeah.
Okay, that's very nice. That's very surprising because I'm in for everything today. So would you I would love you to share a brief background about yourself and your journey to becoming a scientist.
Okay, I already shared my name, my origin. So I come from a family of six kids. Yes, 6 kids, father and mother. I'm the third child, second boy. So the journey to becoming a medical lab scientist, I would not say it was something that I foresaw from the start. Any Okay, let's put a number to it. Say 80% of any high school science graduates would always want to go for medicine and surgery. So that's why I said being a scientist now wasn't something I foresaw, right?
Okay.
Because my first attempt was medicine and surgery, as is with a lot of us. Then the second attempt, I went for pre-science, that's Unizik pre-degree program. Road jam. I didn't put medicine, I put medical lab science, even though I knew almost nothing about the course. But then what struck me was the fact that, I kept seeing on the internet, they are the eyes of doctors, this. So it just interested me, and that was how I got myself into MLS Unizik. So basically,
It was not the initial.
yeah, and it wasn't. It's not particularly an interesting journey.
Okay.
Yeah, it was just, let's just say I blindly just put MLS, but I've not had any regrets so far. So yeah.
Okay, you started liking it at some point. It got into you.
Yes.
Okay. So if you could have, I did mention earlier, but every category we talk on, there would be like a fun question to round up the category.
Okay.
So we have, okay, before we go to that, how many languages do you speak?
Fluently.
Yes.
Okay, English for number one. Then the Igbo aspect is not totally fluent, but I'll count that one as two now.
Why? Where did you
then broken grow? English.
Where did you grow?
I grew up in Lagos. It's not an excuse anyway, but yeah.
Okay. Then pidgin.
Yes, perfectly.
Okay, that one day.
Yeah.
You don't speak Yoruba?
No, I don't. I'm terrible at languages. Very terrible. Yeah.
Okay. So you already mentioned hanging out, which was surprising.
Yeah.
Because now I want to ask you an interesting fun fact about you. You know that few people just know about.
Okay. If you don't get to know me very closely, at least you think I'm this calm, troubleless, what other word? Basically, this calm fellow that doesn't like troubles, that has very little thing to say, that doesn't know how to be goofy and all that. But I'm the complete opposite for someone that actually gets to know me. So I'll just say I'm a particular kind of reserved. Okay. Yeah, a very particular kind of reserved. I'm the kind of person that if I come into a new environment, a place where I don't know anybody, you would not find me here and there. I just sit and I observe. I like to observe. I love to observe. I love to observe the people. I love to observe the environment. It doesn't mean I'm not loud. It doesn't mean I don't know how to play. But then, I don't know. I like to categorize people based on their characters, right? I like to unpick my friends. I like to unpick people that would see my kind of crazy, because sometimes it's loud, way too loud. And I like to unpick people that has come up to the same level, almost the same level of my sense of humor, because I can tell jokes, terrible jokes, that might piss you off if your sense of humor is bad. So you see, particular kind of reserved.
Yeah, from the moment you said you were the second boy, I just removed anything calm.
You see them now.
It's not for second boys. They are the trouble. I know that one for sure. So if you could have a 30 minutes convo with your future self, what would you ask? This is the fun question.
Okay. It's supposed to be one question, yeah?
Yeah, you can make it two. What would you ask?
Okay, I'll ask, that if I'm to meet my future self now.
What would you love to know? What would you ask?
There's just one thing that comes to my head. I would ask the future Teycee to tell me the things I am doing now that would hinder the plans that I'm having for my future. You should just tell me the things I'm doing wrongly now, so I don't have to go to the future and find out.
Oh,
Yeah.
that was deep. That was deep. Because I would have asked myself, have you made it yet? Okay, so we are moving on to the academic excellence, that
Okay.
aspect. As a first class graduate and BGS of Kempat, you specialized.
Yes, campus.
Okay, so what drove your academic excellence? Was it to make mama proud or?
Trust me, it was beyond that. Although before I go on in this aspect, let me drop like a small disclaimer. Yeah. So whatever I
Okay.
share on your podcast is like my personal views because I'm a kind of person that when I have long conversations with people, yeah, I might begin to make insinuations. I might begin to make something that that might sound like is a standard, but it's not. So
Okay,
whatever I share here, it's just
the
how I see
personal
it.
view.
My personal view. It's open to criticism. It's not a standard. It's just how I see it. Right ahead. So we can continue. Oh, you said I should drop what?
Yes, I was asking what drove your academic excellence? Was it make we just pass?
No, no, it wasn't. Okay, the honest truth is I've always been okay, I would not say I've always been the excellent student, but
Okay.
I remember very vividly the point of my life or the point in my life where I actually peaked, where it actually clicked. I remember very vividly. That happened in primary six. Yes.
That's like
Yes.
far.
Yeah, happened in primary six. Because I remember before primary six, I was this very loud student. I always go home. I go to school with neat uniforms, come back with
Mm-hmm.
very stinking ones. I remember my results then used to be 16, 21, and 18, you know. So in my primary six, I met this teacher, Mr. Obinna. It was like he saw something in this boy because he has always told me, when you come to my class, you're going to behave this and this and this and that. So I think primary six was where I actually began to think like a student. You know, I remember the first question he asked me in class then that made me think like a student. And funny enough, I was the only student that answered it. Now, the question he asked was about, I don't know what the topic is again, but something about value number. He said, thousand makes a what? It's a
Okay.
million. But I had to think and think and think, and he was impressed with the answer. So basically, the whole drive for excellence at the beginning started off with impressing this Mr. Obina until it became a part of me. Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
So it's more than making mama proud. You know, at some point I just solely strive to just be better than it was last time.
Okay. That's quite wholesome.
Yeah.
And okay, before we move further, what's your favorite course, or what was your favorite course, your favorite class, and your favorite lecturer in uni?
Okay. Favorite course. Has to be FAMAC. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Why is because of the lecturer himself. You know, the way he drilled us, that is Professor Obi. That is
Okay.
second semester FAMAC in particular. Yes. You know, after that course, after I read, prepared for the exam, you know, I was class rep, so the man was always on my neck. So there was no room to mess up. After
Yeah.
the exam and all that, I just had this love for drugs. Like, there is no drug I get that I am not interested in reading the leaflets. I just have to read the leaflets. Get so I think if I'm to look back at the whole thing, yeah, FAMAC, that's the second one, second semester FAMAC. Although FAMAC generally anyways, but if we had to unpick them, second semester FAMAC is my best.
And the lecturer is your favorite, or was your favorite?
Well, the thing is, I had this very glowing relationship with lecturers. So it's very hard for me to unpick which is my favorite anyways. But if I'm to count them down, like from one to whatever, it has to be Dr. AM. Yes, yeah, he was my course advisor from 200 level, and he later became my project supervisor, and up to now he's like a second daddy. So yeah, he has to be my favorite.
Okay, shout out to Dr. Ihin. So what class did you enjoy the most? What was your favorite class? Level rather.
My favorite level. My favorite level. I'm not sure I had any favorite level in okay, yeah, 200 level. I wanted to say 100 level, but then I remember 200 level. I attended like if we had 20 parties in Okofia, I'm sure I attended 17. Yeah, we always and then in the Okofia students celebrate their birthdays like mad.
Yes.
There was money, so I attended parties and parties. So yeah, that's my best.
Then 300 level, you now knew that there's
There's work, yeah,
business.
there's business. Although there's business in 200 level, but I think the noise was too much to notice.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So now the fun question.
Okay.
What's the best study tip or hack you discovered during your uni days? Please share with us.
Okay. Two.
Okay.
One of them will help you to pass better, right? That's to pass your exams, and the other one will actually help you to know. So the first one is there's no point packing the handouts, waiting till exam to read them. Read them as they come. It helps. Okay, no matter what it will cost you. Yeah. If you're given three handouts today, try to read them before the week runs out. Now
Okay.
the second one is what I do and I still do. Read to know. Read to get the basics. Most times when I read, I don't just read because I'm supposed to read. Most times I read because I feel like I could be stopped somewhere and asked to explain this thing. So I want to have something to say. So I read down to the basics. So yeah.
Okay, so that's very nice. Funny enough, I should have an exam coming up soon. I'll try to implement
Yeah, I'm sure
this.
it will be very useful.
Okay. So in uni, what was the best gift you received and why was it special? Or nobody gifted you?
I got gifts, plenty actually. Okay, you're asking what the best was.
Yes.
Okay, the best was it was my best not because of the size or because of the words. It was my best because of the thoughts, right?
Okay.
Yeah, it was a lip balm.
Really?
Yeah, why it was because it was given to me by a female, right? By a lady. So she got it for me because she saw that my lips were dried. She didn't tell me anything. She didn't say shit. She just brought out a lip balm and said, "Yeah, Teycee, take." I was like, "Oh, wow, you saw my lips." She said yes, and she needed to get it. So I'm not sure it's something I would forget. So it's not really about the size or the words. It's just the thought. So yeah, that lip balm.
Okay. We
It
have
recently
in
finished.
and since then. Oh wow. Oh wow, wow, that's another surprise.
Yeah.
Okay, we still have intentional ladies out there. Thank God. Okay, so we are done with the academic. We want to move on to the leadership aspect.
Okay.
So, apart from being the 14th Nimelssa President, what other posts did you hold?
I was class rep, not from 100 level. You
Okay,
mentioned 100 level. I was class rep from 300 level.
okay, okay.
Yes, I was class rep from 300 level to final year. Then I was vice president of the research club African Education Initiative, which is NEF Club.
Okay,
Yes, I was vice president. I served as vice president. Then I think, yeah, that was basically that.
okay. Did you join other volunteer groups like the Red Cross, the
Yeah, I did. I did.
Rotaract,
I
or
joined Young Healthcare Professionals. It's like a small volunteer group that's comprised of not just MLS, but then we have students, medical doctors, students, physiotherapists, just basically students in the profession. So we go for outreaches and all that.
okay? Do you know if it's still running till now?
Yes, it is. I'm still a member.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. All right. So, what were some of your notable achievements as the president during
Ouch.
your time?
Wow. Okay. Um, Oh, what I'm going to say now might not, many email sites might not agree to it. It's politics, right?
Okay.
But then, at least to me, personally, to me, their achievement, they count for something. Yeah.
Okay.
It was during my tenure that we hosted the first biomedical science day, and we didn't just. It wasn't just a webinar something. It wasn't just. We didn't do it small. It was a very huge event. You
Okay.
know, it had programs like online webinar where we called professionals to speak to students. We had an outreach. If I remember vividly, the intent of the outreach was to expose women to resource incompatibility, right?
Oh.
Yes. Then we also had it's quite hard to find. We had
It's
career
been
day.
long
We
ago.
had career
Okay.
day.
Okay.
Yes, in a secondary school, a Catholic secondary school. And the beautiful thing about the career day was at the end of the program, the I think the principal, what was the word, wanted Nimelssa to come every year for career day because of
Oh,
how
okay.
wonderful it went.
Okay.
So yeah, that was one. Then two, it was my administration that got Nimelssa to host almost every indoor and outdoor games during departmental week. You know, usually we just have football, then maybe table tennis, but then we included basketball and volleyball. And it was during my administration we set up Nimelssa volleyball team. It was very
Okay.
beautiful to find out that we won, is it Dean's volleyball recently?
Yes, recent. No, they've
Exactly.
been doing very well. The
Exactly.
volleyball team,
So
yes.
So that was that. Then my tenure, Nimelssa was duly represented externally in terms of national. We had VP. We are national
Oh,
VP one.
wow.
Then down to Southeast regional, we had VP two. We had welfare, I think, and two other positions. Yes. So this counts as something to me, and it's fulfilling to find out that when asked questions like this, I can point one, two, three, four things.
That's very impressive.
Yeah.
So, how did you navigate the leadership challenges? What skills did you develop during your tenure? And how did these skills help you, or how are these skills helping you right now?
Okay, the challenges of balancing life as a student with leadership, politics. I don't like to even call it politics. I don't consider myself a politician because I have my own definition of politics. I feel like to be a successful politician, you have to be selfish. That's the truth. If you're not selfish, you will not be successful. Yes. So,
Okay, so
so
you're a leader.
yes, I prefer leader. Um, it was difficult. You know, at some point, I think at one point, I regretted it. One is because going in for Nimelssa presidency almost made me not specialize in clinical chemistry because I've always understood that chem part is somewhat you get tough compared to others. So I almost made the mistake of not going to where I found more interesting because of
Okay.
the presidency. But I ended up in the right place anyways. What I'm saying basically is it wasn't easy. At some point I had to choose between my studies and Nimelssa. Yes. Trust me, many times I chose Nimelssa, some other times I chose my studies, but I chose my studies more, for being very frank.
Priority.
Um, Basically what led me to navigate it so well was because I had very good people around. That is one of the greatest job of any leader is to have good people around you. Yeah. I had people that would call, Teycee, you've not submitted your assignments. Teycee, where you do? We have tests tomorrow because I don't even know when we have quizzes. That was how bad it
Wow.
was. So it was not easy. I think I just had people that I'm not sure how we will ever be grateful enough for them. So that's how I navigated it perfectly.
Okay.
Then skills I learned.
Yes.
I could go on and on and on and mention all of them, but then what's one skill that stands out is empathy, right? Yeah.
Okay.
So being a leader, being Nimelssa President and class rep in Okofia wasn't my first attempt in leadership, right?
Okay.
Yes, but then it was my first attempt in like a big leadership. So it taught me empathy. It taught me how to feel, not for others, feel with others. That's the idea of empathy. Feel for others is sympathy, right?
Okay, yeah.
So it taught me how to feel with others, taught me how to not make rash decisions, how to understand that what you do might be affecting someone, how to be in another person's shoes, how to do better. And it's not just one quality of a leader. I think it makes up a huge and important quality of a human being. So basically, I can say my experience in Okofe as a leader taught me to be a better human.
Okay.
Yeah. Then how is it helping me? It's helping me navigate life currently. Then another thing being a leader gave me was a network of people, right? At least if they don't know me personally, they've heard of the name. At least now most or any of the information I need now, there is someone to call, there's someone to ask. That is one of the perks of student leadership.
Okay, that's, I don't know what to say, but that's just very, very enlightening.
Yeah.
So now to the fun part.
Okay.
If you could have a superhero power to help you lead, or if you could have had,
Okay.
because it's in the past now.
Yeah.
So what would you have gone for to help you lead? What would you have gone for?
Okay, like if I had a superpower, a superhero power while I was president,
Yes.
I think I would have just wanted to achieve everything I planned to achieve. Yeah,
Like Flash?
okay, you mean like
Or yes,
superhero?
like a
Oh, okay,
superhero.
okay. I should mention a superhero that would have fit into what
Yes.
it is I wanted to do. Okay,
Do you want to
that would
be?
be teleporting.
Okay.
More like, remember I said I had to choose between studies and Nimelssa. So more like being in different places at the same
At the
time,
same
fixing
time.
everything at the same time. Yeah.
Saving the day.
Mm-hmm.
So okay, that was an interesting leadership experience. So now we'll talk on your professional journey and your
Okay.
internship journey also. So I don't know what are like the significant cases or products you or projects you've worked on, because school is all about demonstration. When somebody has this is what it should look like. When this, so now you are in the field.
Okay.
So have you seen anything that wowed you, or you were like, oh, something like that, a significant case you have worked on?
Um, okay. During my internship, I'm already wrapping it up. So
Okay.
the one departments where I experienced lots of, in quotes, wowing cases, right? Is
Okay.
histopathology. It actually happened to be my best rotation so far. We had at least there was close monitoring of this whole tissue processing thing we do in Okofia that looks abstract. At least now
Okay.
we see these tissues come in, these organs come in from inside the bodies of patients. So we're talking about specific cases that wowed me. I won't really call them exceptional cases, but then yes, I was wowed by the sight of these things. I think we had cases of breast cancer, we had cases of breast lumps, we had we saw them cut out the prostates from a male. All these things were exposing, right?
Okay.
So we saw basically the grossing aspect of histopathology is wowing. Yes, the grossing aspect is wowing. It's beautiful. At least you see what happens before the whole idea of tissue processing, the whole points of tissue processing. Everything starts from grossing. Then another department that I would say, okay, I saw interesting cases is chem parts. I won't have
Okay.
so much to say because I'm still there, but then at least coming in there, we've seen cases of DIC, although DIC is particular to hematology anyways, but then there's a particular test we look out for in Kempa, which is the dimer test. So basically, the experience has been, it has collaborated what we did in Okofia.
Okay.
Yeah, so to any student that feels like, oh, MLS is abstract, what they're teaching us, we're not seeing it, I would just say you should hold on. Just take in as much as you can. Then everything will just reveal itself during your internship.
Okay, wow. Because there are people that would not want to practice. I don't know. Would you want to practice?
Not for a very long time, but yeah, of course.
Okay. Okay, so you say you read, because I wanted to ask, how do you stay updated? You know, this medical laboratory science is evolving, its technologies is advancing, is improving. So how are you keeping up? Are you reading? Are you following trends?
Okay, yes. The thing is, at the end of the day, the new information will not come searching for you. You're the one that have to go out there and look for it. So up to now, what I do is, you register your email to journals. You get notifications of latest releases depending on what kind of information you're looking out for, right?
Okay.
Then, courtesy of my favorite lecturer, Dr. Aim, my interest in research keeps growing, which pushes me to read often, read more, depending on the interest I find myself in. Then, instead of Facebook, we're active on LinkedIn because more relevant information goes on there. So basically, it's reading and putting yourself out there. Yeah, so that's it.
I guess I'll try that out because I want to be updated as well. Okay, so from your class,
Yeah.
if you how would I say it now? If they say choose someone from your class that you would want to do internship with, you would like to be in same unit, same place and rotating, who would you go for?
That would have been Ife. I don't know if you know Ife. You probably did not meet him. It was the DOT. It was he's my best friend. Yeah.
Okay.
We both applied for UNCH. Yeah, we applied for UNCH. So deep down, I was just really hoping that we'll get it. Because I got so used to him throughout the entire 5 years in school that I did not want to do just 1 year as without or not doing it together. You get, so he got UNTH and I did not get it. So that's when I felt that ouch. Yes. That's when I knew, oh wow, this is one person I would have really, really loved to do the internship with. Yeah.
Okay. But you're still communicating?
Yes, very much.
Okay. So the last question for this internship aspect. If you could have a dream internship anywhere in the world, where would you go?
Has to be China.
China.
Yes, I feel like they are what's the word? Yes, ahead of the world, especially in health science, especially in medicals, because most of the new inventions, most of the new, when you hear, okay, like the latest one now, the recent cure for diabetes type 1, Chinese scientists, and most of these new things is coming from Asia. So yeah, China.
Okay, China. Guess I'll go look up China because I categorize them as technology advanced. I don't really put in the health aspect. But okay. So now we are at the social. We are almost going to round up.
Okay.
So based on the social aspect, what were some of your favorite extracurricular hobbies during uni?
The moment where in the lodge me and my guys, what's the word?
No small party.
Not small party this time around, just we just find ourselves in one room and we are talking and gisting and just laughing, like just talking basically about anything. It's so much fun, at least for me. Yeah, so that counts as one. Then two is okay, I went out to watch football in Okofia, but not as much as. So I would not really say it was so much fun, but then yeah, it was fun filled enough. So that's basically the two I can remember.
Okay. So is there like any memorable experience that any day you remember it, you just smile or laugh?
It has to be when I got the lip balm.
Okay, okay, this
Yeah.
lip balm serious.
Yes.
It's a serious thing.
Yeah.
Okay, okay. So this one is, how did you make friends? How long did it take you to make friends when you like got to uni? Did you have a clique? When did the clique start? And are you guys still in touch?
Okay, how I make friends. I don't know, but I feel like I make friends in a very weird manner, right? It's usually a very slow process for me. Yes, because I don't know. I observe a lot, right?
Okay.
So, because I remember in pre-science, I'm not sure I made the best friends in pre-science, but at the beginning, at the start, people would. I think there was one girl that walked up to me then in pre-science. I was like, "Alpha, are you deaf and dumb?" Yeah, it was that bad. So I make friends very slowly because I don't know. I want to be sure. Like I told you, I want to know what your kind of person is. I want to know what kind of jokes make you laugh. What kind pisses you off? Because I like to regard myself as someone with a very um, high sense of humor. And people like us, we strive better when we are with people alike.
Like that, yeah.
So that's it. Then you asked if I have,
Did you have a clique then?
I won't call it a clique.
Okay.
Yeah, not really a clique person, but maybe it looked like a clique, but not exactly a clique. So yeah, let's use the word clique. Well, I don't like using the word clique, but let's use the word clique in this context. Yes, I did.
And you're all still in touch now?
Yeah, very much.
Okay. The question I want to ask now, your highlight on the best friend part have covered that.
Okay.
So we'll just move on to the fun part. So if you are to create a holiday, what would it be and how would you want people to celebrate it?
Oh.
Did you get the question? Okay.
I do. Wow, that's a very intelligent question that requires an intelligent answer. Okay, if I'm to create a holiday that should be celebrated, yeah. So
Yes. What would the holiday be and how would you want people to celebrate it?
Oh, okay.
When we have Christmas, there's a particular way to celebrate it.
Yeah. Okay, I would say we celebrate I don't know, celebrate good people. You see, they are particularly good people, like just good human beings. And I think I was really, really, really lucky to have experienced that goodness firsthand, right? So I feel there should be like a good people day. So how the celebration should be is you make the nomination, then this time around you make the nomination listing the goodness, like listing all the good things that person has done. Then this time around, it's not just you celebrating that good person, the whole world is. So I think it's one way to appreciate goodness and encourage people to be good too.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So you guys should celebrate me too. I'm a good person. So now on the this is like where you drop things for us.
Okay.
And Okay, before you give us advice, what's the best advice you've ever received and from whom?
I don't know if it's an advice or to call it an advice, but it looks very much like it. It's my mom. She will always say, yeah, should I use Igbo and talk this one? Because she sees it in Igbo.
Okay.
Owelo, is it Owelo Onyebuchi? Yeah. Yeah, more like nobody
Okay.
is anybody's God, right?
Exactly.
So why I take this as an advice is probably when I need something for someone, understanding that, okay, you're just human, or if you're not helping me, someone out there will. It makes me not totally dependent or totally, what's the word? Basically, totally dependent on someone for favor, right? And me as a person too. It's just something that rings in my head, like
Nobody
many
owes you
times.
anything.
Yeah, nobody owes me anything, and I don't owe anybody anything, but basically nobody owes me anything. So it's something that rings in my head many times that than I can remember or count. So yeah, I'll take that one as the number one advice.
So what historical figure
Hmm.
would you love to have dinner with and why?
Like someone historical. Is it dead or
Mm,
alive?
historical can be anybody. Can be dead or alive.
Okay, I don't know. Adam.
Who is Adam? Oh, Adam.
Yeah,
Oh my god.
yeah.
Oh
I
my
want to know. I
god.
want to know what's
Oh my
interesting about
god.
that fruit.
Oh my god.
Yes, now many problems you're facing now is not from
Oh
Adam.
my god.
So basically, I want to know what was really interesting. I feel like it's more than the fact that a lady told him to eat. There should be something more. I don't want to believe it was just because Eve told him to eat
It
it.
is. It is
It can't be.
because
So I want to clear that doubt. So yeah, Adam.
okay, unfortunately,
Yeah.
you cannot have dinner with Adam. And on the social aspect, I'm so
Yeah.
sorry, I forgot to ask your religious. This one just brought about the religious
Okay.
aspect. Were you the people that go to school field to pray every night, the fellowship person,
Um,
maybe choir? Like, what was your religious life in school like?
yeah, I grew up as a Catholic and I continued that part while in Okofia. So although I wasn't the everyday going to church, but yeah, Sundays, then a legionary too. So yeah.
Okay. All right. What advice would you give to current students?
Okay, one very solid advice is I know many persons, many students in Okofia are like, oh, I'm tired of reading, oh, I'm tired, oh, I can't wait to finish. But at the end of the day, the honest truth is the learning never ends. It's just, sure, it gets harder when you leave Okofia. Yeah,
I beg you.
because when you leave Okofia now, you would find out that as much as there are plenty reasons for you to keep learning, nobody is forcing you. Nobody is telling you you have exams next week. So it's now something you tell yourself and do for yourself, which makes it way harder than it is in Okofia right now. So the moment you accept this fact and understand that it's not easy anyway. If you feel MLS is this and that, when you want to switch to something else, you still need to read and learn it. So the
Yeah.
whole essence of life, the whole essence of doing life well is continuous learning. Yeah. So I think if any students go through Okofia with this mindset, I think reading, learning, passing exams should be way easier.
Okay. So we have to read.
Yeah.
And me, I just want to graduate though. You're now saying it's harder when you graduate.
Trust
Please,
me,
oh.
it doesn't get any easier.
Okay. The session is almost at an end.
All
So
right.
is there anything you would like to share or promote, such as maybe a business, a brand, a project? You mentioned some research.
Okay.
Is there something you want to share? You want to encourage people to invest their time in?
I would love to encourage students, particularly in your site, to join F Club. I didn't think too deeply about the relevance while I was in Okofia, but I think at some point I got to understand that it was important as a science student, as a medical student, as MLS, to be very much interested in research, right? So that's one. Then two is to encourage the male side to be more, to be more interested in the student governments. Yes, because like I mentioned when I last came, I think for the inauguration, the political apathy and all that. So it's something that needs more attention. So yeah. So this is me like promoting interest amongst students to the Nimelssa government.
Okay, so we're going to have the final fun question, then we'll officially sign out.
Yeah.
So if you could have a walk-on song to introduce yourself at conferences or events, what would it be?
A walk-on song. How do you?
Yeah, like do I use wrestlers? Like when they are coming in, there's a particular sound for this person. So what should we say for you?
The questions you've been asking are the kind that you would have told me to prepare for.
Okay.
Yes, now, because one needs...
Now these things are small fantasies that will just be in somebody's head.
Your fantasy is so different from mine.
Okay.
This one is not in my head at all. Okay, more like an intro. I don't know. Something like, say,
Odogu.
No, Odogu. God, I'm not sure.
Okay.
I'm not sure. No. I'm not sure.
So are we skipping?
Let's keep this part.
Okay.
I don't have anything in my head right now, guy.
Okay, so are you giving shout outs to anybody?
No, nobody in particular. Shout out to every email sites. Shout out to the newly inaugurated executives. Shout out to the past. You're one of them now. And you guys did great. You guys. It's always beautiful to do something and people can point and say, okay, this is something you did and it's good. So shout out to you guys, shout out to new schools, encourage them to do better. Definitely you guys recorded some flaws that I'm hoping they picked and plan to do better. So yeah, shout out to everybody.
All right. It has been a lot. It has been full of surprises. It has been wholesome. It has been intriguing. So we are finally at the end of this session. I'm glad to have you guys to this moment. So please do not forget to like, to share, to also comment, to follow our page both on YouTube and on Spotify. This is Blessing Mesoma signing out with
Tochukwu, Teycee.
All right. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for having me.